Hello, everybody, and welcome on back to the Supporting Heroes Cup Series here in the DSA Racing Group. A chaotic event last night for the first half of the doubleheader in Indianapolis, where we saw Hector Collazo grab his third win of the season, making it back-to-back. And tonight, we head into the second half of the doubleheader this week. With 2 rounds remaining in the regular season, we go Super Speedway Racing for our second visit at Daytona this season. It's Dwayne Crespo up here in the commentary booth as we get ready to roll underway. Collazo looking to do the near impossible that his teammate has done this season. Looking for 3 in a row, as he will make a spot inside the cut line, as Collazo will now sit on P8 with a 3-way tie at the cut line. Collazo, Evans, and Trevino all tied P8. It is absolutely insane, the fight that we're having for these playoff spots. And next week at the regular season finale at St. Petersburg, we'll definitely shake things up. But the thing and the beauty about Super Speedway Racing, and here at the World Center of Racing at all places, anyone has a shot at winning this race. 80 laps around Daytona, equating to 200 mile stages split just like yesterday as well. 15 laps to open up stage 1, then 20 more laps in stage 2, ending at lap 35, where we have 45 laps all the way to the checkered flag. 4 sets of tires, only 1 fast repair, 3 shots at overtime, 65% fuel limit. Temperature, about the perfect temperature for these drivers here, as we're going to be racing under the lights here at Daytona. 77-degree track temp, 76-degree air temp, around the 2.5 mile super speedway here in Daytona Beach, Florida, as we get ready to kick it underway with qualifying. And like we mentioned, Collazo trying to make it 3 in a row. Kylan Wilson as well, great performance by him last night, grabbing the podium spot, as Kylan Wilson will surpass Jaden Duran and grab 1 more spot. Wilson now sits P3 in the standings, and Caleb Desai and Hendrix Bromberg, P1 and P2 in the standings. They will officially be the first ones to clinch a spot in the playoffs, with 4 drivers having the shot of clinching a spot today, those being Wilson, Duran, Gilbert, and Travis Daly. As we are about to send it off here from Daytona, and we have a pretty decently sized field here today. So here we go. As here we go, out laps coming to an end. Let's get qualifying kicked off here at Daytona. 2 rounds left to determine who will be your 10 drivers to fight for a championship in the Supporting Heroes Cup Series playoffs. On board with the 88 of Presley Bromberg, who he has missed out a couple races, now making his return here at Daytona. We have a couple new faces as well. Ethan Solar in the number 6 Ford Machine making his debut. Michael Ergamont in the 63 Chevrolet making his debut in the Cup Series. We've seen him run a couple of races in the Truck Series. But it is the first time for him here in Cup. A couple of returning faces as well. Matthew Hill in the 37 Ford machine making a return. As everyone's excited for Daytona. As the first few laps start to roll in, Michelle Miller pole gets taken away by Hector Collazo with 50.54. Wall goes up the P2. And William Britton, provisionary pole, takes it away by Collazo, and it immediately gets taken away now by Hendricks Bromberg, the 50.51. Jaden Duran goes up to P2. DSA Racing putting in the work. It's a 50.54 for Duran. Hendricks Bromberg is a previous race winner here at Daytona. So he's definitely looking to make a big move here tonight. Hector Collazo, second lap time, and P2 is what he can manage. Cannot beat Bromberg. Up to pole position. Damon Gilbert goes up to P2. A ton of moves here in the leaderboard. And George Bork, pole position for 50.48 for Bork. Here comes Trevino, though. Caleb Desai up to P2. Trevino. P3. Cannot beat Bark at the top of the leaderboard. The rest of the field starting to settle in. Castile, no lap time yet. Zachary Evans goes up to 22nd. It's Bark, Desai, Trevino, Bromberg, and Kylan Wilson, your top 5 so far. Cole Christopher moves up. Ricky Howell Jr. moves up. Looking like a 26 car grid here tonight. Evans, second lap time, currently at the bottom of those who have qualified. Can he find improvement? Yes, he will. He goes up from 23rd to P14 and gets bumped down by 1 as Dustin Castile, who was one of the drivers that didn't qualify at first, goes up to P14, and that will do it. George Bark on pole position. An unbelievable lap time as he beats out the rest of the field to secure that pole. And he will start at the front row with none other than your championship leader, Caleb Desai. as here we go. Pace lap underway here at Daytona, as it looks like Bark will actually drop down from the pole position start. Here's your starting grid. George Bark grabbed the pole position, killed the side alongside him, but Bark dropped to the back. It's Zachary Trevino and Hendricks Bromberg, followed by Kylan Wilson and Hunter Winkler. Then it's Cole Christopher and Damon Gilbert, who's P5 in the standings, followed by Hector Piasso and Jaden Duran, who's P4 in the standings. Matthew Hill gonna be alongside Travis Daly. Then it's William Britton and Dustin Castile in row 7. Row 8, it's Zachary Evans and Michael Egermont. Row 9, it's Kalen Wilson and Will Wash. Row 10 is Ricky Howell Jr. and Tim Pugel. Row 11, it's Ethan Wool and Ethan Solar. Row 12, it's Michelle Miller and Presley Bromberg. And rounding off the starting grid here at Daytona, row 13, it's Juan Cobbs Jr. alongside Wyatt C. Henderson, who will round off the starting grid here tonight. And as Bark dropped down out of the pole position, it will be Zachary Trevino now taking his spot. But here we go. Super Speedway action. The last Super Speedway action that we'll get in the regular season, as we go racing for the second time this season at Daytona, and this time it's under the light green flag. We're racing from the World Center of Racing. Great start for everyone involved, but that outside line might start dwindling down already, as you see there a big gap. The side leads the charge in the high lane. Trevino at the bottom, being pushed by Kylan Wilson. Or never mind, look at that outside charging. Desai drops down. Winkler and Bromberg, though, up there. Will they keep that pushing with just a 2-car pack there? But they're going to get some help. Here comes Cole Christopher and Hector Criasso. Going to go up there to help them out. 3 wide there in the back through the tri-oval. As we're getting a ton of racing action here. Hunter Winkler now leading the charge on the high lane. Bromberg managed to drop down to the side. DSA Racing getting bundled up here. And out of those top teams, obviously DSA, your team championship leader, DSA and 23XI, arguably the 2 biggest teams to look out for. Maybe throw in Travis Daly Racing in that mix. But we're already seeing some great pack racing action. And this is the thing that you don't want to do. Piasso and Trevino already linked up here. 23XI bundled up. And if you're the rest of this pack, you've seen it time and time again, and we even saw it last night. You do not want these 2 bundle up. They do insane teamwork together. It can cause a lot of issues for these drivers, as Travis Daly will lead the charge at the bottom, but that inside lane is slowly fading out as the outside absolutely leads the charge with Winkler, Cuyasso, and Trevino. All 3 dropping down at the bottom. Trevino actually going to move back up. And Daly will now take that spot. As, whoa, Winkler tried to go for a late block, and he's going to get sent down the middle, 3 wide. They're going to reform it back, though. As Zachary Evans making his way up the field. He's going to send it a little bit down the middle, and he will take the lead off the inside lane. Evans making his way through the field. Great work by him. Qualified P15, already P4 after just 5 laps into this race. As Chiasso, your race leader, does he block that inside as he sees Evans quickly approaching? Now 23XI. Now going further up ahead. DSA decides to move to the bottom. We'll see how we get things going around here. As Chiasso put in the same predicament like last time. And this time he will move down to block that inside lane. DSA says no though. He wants this lead. He's going to go to the high lane to try and get past this 45. Oh, looked like a little bit of a checkup there on the outside lane. Oh, a couple wall scrapes there in the back on the exit of turn 4. I believe we were 3 wide by just a split second. That's his Ethan Wall, I believe, who's getting dragged up there. It's Chiasso, Evans, and Winkler. The lone ones on the inside lane. Fastest laps constantly changing over time. It's going to be Damon Gilbert who holds the fastest lap now. 26.02. As Evans is just pushing Hector. Hunter Winkler going to move up, try and get potentially a run started here with DSA. Travis Daly will take his spot in P3. As big movements there in the back. From the high line to the low line. You gotta be careful with those big moves there in the back. Just a slight checkup. It's all it really takes. If the driver behind you can't react fast enough. And again, we saw it last night. We do not want a repeat from last night. A whopping 15 cautions at Indianapolis, which I'm not too sure, but that could be the record. As we were 3 wide there for a slight moment around the middle of the pack. Everyone is just running it pretty well here. Hendricks Bromberg currently inside the top 5. He managed to secure the playoff spot last night alongside Caleb DSA. Bromberg still P2 in the standings. Looking to successfully defend that championship title. As DSA, of course, was also able to clinch the spot. As they're going to run it 3 wide. Five laps to go on stage 1. Still big moves being made. Couple of shuffles there in the back. So you go 3 wide once again. Someone's going to get lost up high. Hunter Winkler going to lead it, and that's Hendricks Bromberg who gets lost up high as Winkler, Desai, and the rest go up. I believe we're almost 4 wide there as we were making some shuffles. We're still going to be 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. And now they will start to settle in. Could have been very, very dangerous if they did not find a home there on the middle line with the rest of those guys. As here comes Cole Christopher, hoping to make some moves here. Piasso goes up to block it. He has to go back down, though, see if he can block Evans. He's going to stay up high. 3 to go this time by. Hunter Winkler goes up to the bottom. Great block by Piasso as well. Been constantly switching over to block that lane, but he won't get to Christopher enough as here comes the outside lane with a big charge. Big push by Desai onto that 29. Ricky Howell Jr. also now getting in the mix up front. As we will have a new race leader going into 2 to go. Whoa! Ricky Howell Jr. Little bit of contact with Caleb Desai. Went through the middle onto the inside lane. Carefully doing so to not collect Travis Daly, as that outside is now dying. But oh boy, near disaster if that contact was larger than it was. That's Travis Daly. Give him a move up high, and we have contact in the back. Trouble in the middle of the pack. George Park involved, Kalen Wilson involved. I believe Presley Bromberg also got a piece of it. Jaden Duran involved. Zachary Trevino. A lot of drivers involved in that one. As stage 1 will come to an end early, with Cole Christopher being your race leader at the time of the caution. But a big incident to end the opening stage. So you can see there, already a ton of cars being involved. Let's try and go all the way to the beginning to see who started this. So here we go. I believe it will be Presley Bromberg who starts this incident. As you see there, big checkup there on the inside with Kylan Wilson. And no, it won't be Presley Bromberg. As you'll see, Zachary Trevino get shut up in the middle. That's Jaden Duran who just takes out, nothing he could do there. 68 goes for a spin. That's Wyatt Henderson. And the rest of the field just gets collected in turns 3 and 4. George Bark involved. Hendricks Bromberg got a little piece of it. Dustin Castile. We'll see a couple of drivers with some damage out of that. But already a pretty big one here at Daytona as we go into the stage break, and we'll see pretty much everyone go down pit road here, with the exception of a couple drivers. William Britton is going to stay out. Looks like Hendricks Bromberg will be... Actually, no. Bromberg is also going to stay out. So it looks like it will be Hector Collazo who wins your race off pit road, followed by Christopher Evans, Daly, and Ricky Howell Jr. But yeah, Cole Christopher. This is when the caution came out. And yeah, he will be at the lead of this race when the caution was flown. A big opening stage victory for Cole Christopher, as he will get beat by just one driver on the race off pit road. William Britton stays out, so Christopher will restart and open up stage 2 in P3. As here we go, I believe it will be Wonder Green this time by to get stage 2 started. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll get the racing action back up immediately. Here we go. It's going to be William Britton leading us back under green. Going into the race wrap guy restart zone. Hector Collazo, your winner off pit road, is going to be alongside him as we are green flag back underway here at Daytona to kick off stage 2. And what a restart for William Britton. Evans putting in the work. Already up to P2. Collazo dropped massive spots there, as Evans will lead the charge on the outside, being pushed by Ricky Howell Jr., and they will both make it through to the inside. Evans will get to the line first, before Desai on his outside. Zachary Evans will be your new race leader on lap 19. But Desai gonna lead the charge on the outside once again. And how about, look at this. Driver who's been quiet so far here at the front, Michael Egremont. Gonna be P5 right behind the side there on the outside lane. Egremont making some moves. It's Kevin Wilson. Contact between him and Hector Collazo. Collazo goes to the grass. He is keeping it going though. And he will keep it going. Big save by Hector Collazo. As Wilson went to the middle. And that slight tap is all it takes for that 45 to get shut up off of the racetrack. He will keep it going on in the infield grass though, and we stay green. Great save by Hector. But that shook up everyone on that field. Zachary Evans, Ricky Howell Jr., and William Britton is your top three so far. But Egremont in his first Cup Series start, not bad, as he will drop down a couple spots there up to P8 after that shunt and contact between Wilson and Hector. That outside lane gonna take a while to start reforming though, as we are gonna be single file. And caution will come out. What has happened here? Tim Pugel involved in the incident. Kalen Wilson as well, so it looks like, yep, looks like it's contact between the 41 of Kalen Wilson and the number 3 of Tim Pugel that will bring out the second caution of the night. So here is the replay. Looks like Wilson will get slightly tapped by Pugel, and that is all that's really going to take for that 41 to get loose. And this is on the backstretch. See there, Pugel a little bit below the apron. Wilson already loose. Big hit on that number 3. Great job by Duran on avoiding that. Little Mac on the outside wall, but I'm pretty sure that will be it for contact for the 41. Great job by holding the brakes and avoiding more damage onto that Ford Mustang. Evans still looking for his first race win. He is one of the 3 involved in that P8 tie in the standings. As it's going to be him and the 2 members of 23XI tied in the standings. Has been such a good asset for Travis Daly Racing. And he's been eager of getting that first race win. We'll see if he can get it done here tonight under the lights at Daytona, as we will see a couple of takers here down pit road. George Bark, Damon Gilbert, Jaden Duran, Hendrix Bromberg, Hector Collazo, Zachary Trevino going down pit road. So Dragonfly Racing, DSA Racing, and 23XI Racing gonna take a couple trips down pit road here, as we could expect plenty of team calls being here made. As the next time by will be one to green to get this kicked off back underway here on stage 2. So far, it is a 1-2 for TDR. Well, actually, make that a 1-2-4-5 for TDR, as Caleb Desai will be launched in the middle of that Travis Daly Racing group. But here we go, a 1 to green this time by. And we're gonna get ready to keep it rolling here at Daytona. Here we go. We're going to be rounding turn 4 here. And pace car is going to roll in to kick us back under green here at Daytona. Here we go. Zachary Evans gonna lead us back into green into the race wrap guy restart zone, and we are green flag back underway here at Daytona. Christopher making some good moves there, all the way up to P2 on that restart. Winkler trying to go up there, doesn't seem to have much help though. But he will now get outside, slowly approaching. There's Travis Daly going up high, see if he can get that going with Winkler here. Ten to go on stage number 2. Michael Agama looked like he was trying to go up high, but he will stay down low. Or never mind, here he goes. He's gonna get that charge going. drivers seem like they want to start that charge up high, but then realize it may not get going for a while. They just keep dropping back down. Those guys up high, they're going to start losing a ton of time here. Here's Ethan Soler in his debut, doing a great job so far. Gonna be sandwiched between Egremont and Daly there up high. In the Texas Roadhouse, number 6 Ford. You can already see that outside not working as much as they want it to be working. But here comes Winkler going up there. Daly will drop back down. Single file stare. Oh, we got movement in back, someone below the apron. Still pretty good though. No concerns just yet. On board with Hunter Winkler and the number 62 Chevy Machine Ford Dragonfly Racing, currently P7. He will fall behind Will Wash in the 38. And we've gone pretty much single file heavy here, as we will approach 5 to go for the stage. Here comes Winkler trying to get moves going. Contact between him and Wash. Still very good though. But that could have been very, very nasty. Oh, and we have trouble in the back. Big wreckage. Zachary Trevino, Travis Daly, Damon Gilbert, Michael Egremont, Kalen Wilson, Dustin Castile. Caution will come out. And that will be the third caution of the night. Big names in that incident. Gilbert, Daly. So this is how it starts. Let's go back here. So how did this start? There's the 63 of Michael Egremont and 35 of Travis Daly, side by side, as they are approaching turn 3. Oh, Agramont and Daly just get into it. Looks like Agramont does come down onto that 35. And yeah, Daly, nothing he could do there. Everyone tries to go up to avoid it. And they're both just going to get into each other. Big hit there on Damon Gilbert. As the rest of the field bundles up. I believe that's Kylan Wilson, actually. Trevino gets involved. Castile. And that will bring out the caution. Kylan Wilson had to get a tow. Travis Daly had to get a tow. As we will see, almost everyone to go down pit road. And I believe that it is confirmation that they will call it for stage 2. So there's everyone going down pit road now. And now exiting off of pit road. Oh boy. So yeah, unless this is a one-lap shootout, Zachary Evans will be your Stage 2 winner here at Daytona. As there's your race recap at the bottom right of your screen. A big, great stage win for Evans. As here we go. We will kick off the final stage here at Daytona. 45 laps all the way to the checkered flag. Jaden Duran gonna lead us into the race wrap guy restart zone. We're green flag underway and we're racing at Daytona. once again. Already big move by Britain. Moves down to secure P2 on the inside. Three cautions tonight so far. As what has happened there with Travis Daly. Unsure what has happened there for Travis Daly. But Jaden Duran gonna start setting up his first lead laps there under green. And a caution will come flying out. Michael Egamont once again being involved in the incident. As it's going to be Ethan Wall who was collected by this caution. We'll actually see here if Egamont was indeed involved in the incident. But that will be the fourth caution of the night in just lap 2 of the final stage. So this is the replay. Yeah, Michael Egamont will indeed be involved in that incident. So this is Ethan Wall in the 25. And what happens here? They both just get into it once again. Looks like the same mistake from Egamont that happened with Daly. He just goes down below. Looked like Ethan also did go up though, so let's make it marked down as a racing incident. But Ethan Wall managed to be at the front a little bit there. But big damage on that 25. He's going to obviously take the trip down pit road here. As William Britton is going to go down pit road. Or no, he's going to fake it. He does not get past the commitment box. So that is a legal fake there. So we'll be right back to continue on with the final stage. Jaden Duran will lead us back under green. we go. Pace car gonna roll in. Duran and Britton at the front row. And into the race wrap guy restart zone we roll. Green flag underway. Ethan Solar still doing a great job at consistently being there at the front. Here comes the big run on the inside. Christopher Miller, Desai, Howell. Outside, only covered by 4 cars. Now 3 as Kylan Wilson dips to the inside. We initially saw great runs on the outside, and it's been gradually getting worse and worse as they will start to rely more on single file. Here we go. As we start going slowly more into a single file, let's go ahead and clock in into a little bit of crank it up action here under the lights at Daytona International Speedway. wreckage in the middle of the packs there. As Crank It Up will come to an end. Big wreckage there in the middle of the pack. That will bring out the 5th caution of the night. And there was a couple of drivers involved. Michelle Miller, Ricky Howell Jr. Some of those involved. As we will take a look at that. So this is the replay of the incident. And what has happened here, Michelle Miller and Ricky Howell Jr. get into it on turn 3. And it's going to cause everyone to panic and go down below. But yeah, it's contact between the 2 and the 24 to bring out the yellow once again here at Daytona. Tough luck. See a couple takers here down pit road. As Jaden Duran goes in, Caleb Desai, Cole Christopher, Will Watch, Kylan Wilson, Hunter Winkler, Zachary Evans. So big names going down pit road. Almost everyone went down pit road. As Ethan Solar will stay out. Matthew Hill, who's been quiet all race long, will also stay out. Same with Tim Pugel. So I believe it will be Caleb Desai who will be the one furthest ahead that went down pit road this time by. As we will get ready to go to 1 to green here. But what a night so far from the world center of racing. It's been great action. All across the board. Here we go. Pace car rolling in. Into the race wrap guy restart zone we go. As we're green flag back underway here at Daytona. Ethan Solar will lead this race for the first time. As Matthew Hill will also see the front of this pack for the first time. Wilson will get a nice move done there. In between Wash and DSA he will go. Tim Pudel making a comeback drive into P2. He went. Pudel was involved in an incident prior. This is his first time back at the front ever since that incident. Oh, and big caution! Contact all around the board! And that is potentially the big one. Gilbert, Duran, Bromberg, Wash, Desai. Big names involved. I believe Matthew Hill also got a piece of it. In a big one at Daytona. So everyone pretty much started just dominoing, and it all does start though with Matthew Hill, who is being pushed by Hunter Winkler. Looks like Winkler turns him a little bit. A little push, and that is all it takes for Hill to absolutely lose that 37. Big hit into Desai and into Kalen Wilson. And then the rest of it is everyone on a ride. The side there gets Gilbert collected. As everyone scrams to not get involved. There's Will Wash, maybe a little bit of contact there with Ethan Wall. But oh my. That is for certain one to shake things up. As we'll see the top 9 go down pit road. Make that the top 11. Winkler, Pugel, Wilson, everyone that was at that top gonna go down pit road. Will Wash will stay out. Ethan Wall stays out. Hendricks, Bromberg, Jaden Duran stay out. I said will be Will Wash, who looks to be the one that will lead us back on the green. Ethan Wall gonna be the one beside him, or sorry, behind them. Oh boy, that one was sure to shake up the stuff. as we just have a couple more laps left before we see the checkered flag from the World Center of Racing. It's Will Wash who will lead us back under green with Ethan Wool side by side with him. Then it's Hendrix Bromberg, Jaden Duran, Dustin Castile, William Britton, Ethan Soler, followed by Kylan Wilson, George Burke, and Kalen Wilson, who will be your top 10 to kick us off back under green with just about 20 laps to go in final stage. Here we go. Gonna go back under green. In the race wrap guy restart zone. Green flag is out. "24 laps to go. Hendrix Bromberg has made his way all the way back up to P2. 3 wide, they're in the back. As everyone gets formed back to just double file. And here comes the push from a man that really hasn't seen the front here tonight. George Burke leading the outside with Kalen Wilson. Burke and Wilson both go through. Ricky Howell Jr. also there with them, as well as Damon Gilbert, who has also made a great comeback drive here tonight. Burke looking for win number 2. Gilbert as well looking for win number 2. As here comes Kalen Wilson round the outside with Ricky Howell Jr. Both of them get past Burke, and Kalen Wilson will be your new race leader. Single file pretty much throughout that whole top 6. And that outside starts to fade a lot. Kylan Wilson lost so many spots up high there, just could not find a place at the bottom. Bromberg trying to go up high. As Ethan Wall will go behind him. And out of turn 4, this time by. This is where the action is really gonna start to pick up here. Officially 20 laps to go here at Daytona. That top 10 absolutely just by themselves. Or maybe not. Here comes the rest of the pack coming in hot. Bromberg side by side with the side. Kylan Wilson is still up there. He is not giving up on trying to run that high lane. As now he will finally move down and find a spot down there just to go back up again. He is not giving it up. He wants to get that run on the outside, but none of them want to go with him. Just you watch, Joe. It's going to be a matter of time before they realize that they can get that outside form, and we'll see a pretty close finish, I believe. I believe that we're in for a photo finish here at Daytona, but we'll have to see with about 5 to go. As the leaders now going to start to get one little bit lapped traffic. I believe that will be the 24 of Michelle Miller, who will just stay up high. Everyone will get by safely. Still single file. No one wants to make the move just yet. Been single file for about 5 laps now. That outside just could not get going. Still some out there that are trying to make it work, but little to not success as Jaden Duran just goes out of nowhere, gets shut up there. Do we finally see some people start to bundle up here to try and get the outside flowing again? As it's been a while, but we will see new fastest laps start to roll in. Oh, and a big shot in the back. Big time contact. Tim Pugel, Ethan Wall, Hunter Winkler involved. And caution will come out. Big contact back there in caution number 7. will come flying out. Britain, I believe, was also a piece of it. Here is the replay. Oh, it's Ethan Wall who gets hooked by William Britton. Hunter Winkler goes for the ride. Tim Pugil also goes for the ride. It is a four-car collection. We'll get shut up. You see their big impact by Pugil onto that wall. And a big slide by Winkler, who will also make contact with the wall. Oh, man. Here's the onboard replay from the 62 of Hunter Winkler. So it'll be Ricky Howell Jr. who will be at the front of this pack, getting ready to get it back under green here. Guys, if you've been enjoying the action so far of the Supporting Heroes Cup Series, stay tuned next week. Regular season finale time, and it will be an interesting one at that. Cup cars at the streets of St. Petersburg to end off the regular season, and after that, we go into the playoffs. 5 rounds in the playoffs, the round of 10, which will be Talladega and New Hampshire. We then go into the round of 7 with Las Vegas and Kansas, before we end it all off in the Championship 4 at Homestead, Miami. So I believe it will be 1 to green this time by. Here's your race recap at the bottom right of your screen. We'll get this thing restarted at lap 69. We're going to have 12 laps to go here at Daytona. Ricky Howell Jr., your race leader, that will kick us back under green. 7 cautions so far for 22 laps and counting. 9 total lead changes here tonight. As it will be George Bark lined up alongside Howell, followed by Gilbert, Christopher, Wash, Desai, the Bromberg brothers, Duran, Daly, then it's Castile, Cobbs, Solar, Wall, Evans, the Wilson brothers, Trevino, Chiasso, Winkler, Hill, Britton, and Pugil, with Henderson, Egmont, and Miller either DNF'd or a lap down. Well, 12 laps to go. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the live chat, comment down below. Who do you have grabbing the win under the lights here tonight at Daytona? Two rounds left. If you do not have a secured playoff spot, it is all to fight for with nothing to lose. Only the top 10 get to fight for a championship. How will the standings shake up after the checkered flag is waved? We are gonna find out in 12 laps time. Green flag back in the air. And everyone with a pretty equal start. Howell and Bark, side by side, down the backstretch. No one wants to give up that spot. Dragonfly Racing getting bundled up together. Here comes Gilbert. Hendricks, Bromberg, and Cole Christopher getting in the mix. It is getting racy now. Ten laps to go. Outside, slowly losing some drivers. We could see it start fading away once again. As we start off the final countdown from the World Center of Racing. Bork and Gilbert both clear the inside. And Dragonfly Racing is now in a great position. Oh, contact between Howell and Christopher. Howell trying to make his way back. He will on the inside and between Wash and Castile. Cole Christopher now to third. Here comes Kalen Wilson trying to get that outside running again. Action all around the racetrack. No one wants to give up spots. Almost 3 wide there in the back. Unbelievable action we're seeing here in the final 10 laps. Does the outside have enough of a run, have a response for this low lane, who's been the most dominant lane the entire race? We'll see how it will go down. The final 5 laps are among us. Bark and Gilbert holding on strong. Ricky Howell Jr. gonna make it 3 wide. No, back to double file. Wash is getting a little loose though. Here comes Kalen Wilson, who has been struggling to keep that outside going. That outside is fading once more, or is it? Howell to the outside. Winkler gonna join up. Bark and Gilbert holding up strong. Does anyone have a response? Christopher goes up high. Travis Daly Racing could be thinking about making a move. Three laps to go. Oh, contact! Howell Jr. involved, and the big one happens behind him. Ethan Wall involved. Travis Daly involved. Dustin Castillo involved, and a caution comes out with 3 to go, and we will send this to overtime. A huge turn of events that could just alter the entirety of how this race was gonna go down. But we will settle it at Daytona Beach under overtime. Here is the replay of the incident. So what happens here? Someone gets turned. Travis Daly turned. I believe that was Kalen Wilson, who also got slightly turned. Ricky Howell Jr. got a little bit of a piece of it. Ethan Wall involved as well. Wall has not had too much of a good race. Another incident. But oh my. Now the question really is, what do these drivers do? Do we see any takers at all going into overtime? We will see some takers. William Britton, Dustin Castillo, Presley Bromberg, Zachary Evans, and Hendrix Bromberg, all going down pit road. We'll see some drivers take a free pass. But Dragonfly Racing could not be in a better spot. P1 and 2 so far. P6 in the form of Winkler. Travis Daly Racing was also in a good position with Christopher and Howell before the caution came out. Now it's Christopher P3. His closest teammate will be Howell, who is on P8. So Christopher will have to do it on his own unless Howell can get back up there, or Daly or Evans can also get back up there, or Castile. But Dustin has a lot of damage on that 16 machine. Here we go. 1 to green this time by. Only 3 green-white checkered shots to finish this under the green flag. It will be Bart and Gilbert at the front row, followed by Christopher and Wash, Winkler and Solar, Howell and Desai, and Cuyasso and Kylan Wilson. That is your top 10 going into the restart. Will we go into a second, potentially third overtime? Or will we see the white flag fly this time by? Playoff spots on the line. Pace car rolls in into the race wrap guy restart zone for potentially the final time. It's all gas, no brakes. Green flag back on the way at Daytona for potentially the final time. Pretty even on the start, both lanes. Bork slightly past the edge on that outside. Oh, contact! Carnage all around the racetrack. And we have a flip, a car is upside down into the fence. A big, big wreck. Zachary Evans, Desai, Britton. A multi-car collision, course into the fence and upside down. And that is the biggest one we've seen so far. As we were ready to reach the white flag. And that is near red flag conditions. Unbelievable. Here's the replay. We had multiple spins. It was Will Wash and then Travis Daly again. That's about the third or fourth time that Daly has been spun and clipped here tonight. And we'll see a big collision here. Everyone getting involved. That is Caleb Desai, who rides the safer barrier. He goes upside down, back on four wheels, and it is havoc all across the racetrack. Winkler involved, Hendricks involved, Evans, drivers that had a decent shot at winning this. Either down pit road having to use their faster pair or out of this race. That's Juan Copps Jr. also involved. Big damage for him at the front. That is unbelievable. Wow. My goodness. Big shunt for everyone. But the one that will receive that the hardest is without a doubt the number 30. My God. There was the POV of the 13 of Juan Copps Jr. Oh, my. Well, that is for sure one way to send us into our second overtime. But here we go. Still anyone's race. Barkin Gilbert still at the front row. Stoller and Howell behind him. Then it's Cayasso, Kylan Wilson, Daly, Castile, Britton, and Winkler, your top 10. A caution here will send us into a third and final overtime, where the next flag will end it no matter what. Will we see the white flag this time by? Both of these drivers from Dragonfly Racing looking for their second win. Gilbert with the win at Charlotte. And I forgot which ones was the one that Bark won. But here we go. Green flag back in the air. Overtime number 2 underway. And Bark gets ahead of his teammate. Solar leading the charge on the outside. And it will quickly start to fade. Hector Collazo has made his way all the way up to P4. Into 3 and 4. We will see the white flag this time by. Final lap. 1 lap to go at Daytona. Through 1 and 2. To the backstretch for the final time. Here comes Ricky Howell Jr. 3 wide through the backstretch. Casti on the outside. 4 wide. Big shot in the back. Massive wreck behind the leaders. Bark and Gilbert out of turn 4. Kylan Wilson will not have a big enough run. George Bark wins a classic at Daytona. It's a 1-2 for Dragonfly Racing. George Bark's second win of the season. Kylan Wilson with another podium as chaos ensues behind him on turn 3. What a finish! Unbelievable scenes from the world center of racing. Daytona never disappoints. Tough break for Ricky Howell Jr. It was 4 wide in turn 3. But it is George Bark who will come out on top. I was on my feet to make that call. That was just surreal. Let's try and see if we can find a replay here of the incident. But my goodness. So here it is. Here is the replay. 4 wide, Cayasso, Solar, Castile, and Howell. Everyone is just fighting for that win. Howell gets turned by Winkler. You can see there Matthew Hale already spinning in the back. Zachary Evans collected. Cole Christopher collected. Will Wash collected. Ethan Wall. It is George Bark, who beats his teammate and Kylan Wilson to the line. It was a photo finish between Wilson and Solar. They are both below the line, but I don't know. I think that is Solar who takes it if they're going to let that slide. But let's get George Bark up here into the booth. Just what a race this was. Let's see if we can get him on up. George, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you, bud.
George, what an absolute classic here at Daytona. Great teamwork between you and Gilbert. Running that 1 and 2. You see the white flag. You know that this is the time to go. All gas, no brakes. And you see the havoc that happens behind you. Your teammate pushes you through. And you secure an all-time win here at Daytona. It's a 1-2 for you and Damon Gilbert. How does it feel to grab your second trip to victory lane this season, especially after a big finish like that?
It feels good, you know. It's just right now I just got to keep finishing well to try and make this cutoff. So just got to try and do the best you can every time we have a league night.
And we saw the teamwork again. What was the game plan there between Dragonfly Racing, you and Gilbert? You were running P1 and 2 for almost the entirety of the final 5 laps there, even before overtime came around. What was the game plan between you two? Did you know that Gilbert's gonna push you to the win, or did you two decide, hey, at the end of this, it's a free-for-all, let's see who grabs the win?
I guess you know, before the race started, I just said like I need to win tonight or finish well. So when we didn't get stage points early there, there was really no choice but to win. So it was an okay points day, but like I wish I got some stage points to really make up some ground on what's ahead of me. But you know, just another win, just another night.
A much needed win here for you, especially after such an amazing race and a great finish. I was on my feet making that call, but there it is, second win of the season. Is there any final shout-outs that you would like to do?
Just Damon and the Dragonfly guys there, William Britton and Hunter Winkler. I don't know where Hunter ended up. Let's see. Hunter got 10. So they had a good day, and Britton had a good day at 7. So top 10 finish for all of us. It was a great day. Great night, actually.
Alrighty, well, there it is. Hopefully that win and a good result at St. Pete will boost you above that cut line so you can compete for a championship. There it is. George Bark, you're a race winner here at Daytona. Go celebrate that second win.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and grab Damon Gilbert now, teammate. Dragonfly Racing could not have asked for a better day. Damon, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Damon, first of all, what a chaotic finish that was, and an epic one at that. Second of all, it's a 1-2 with you and George Bark for Dragonfly Racing, and of course, you played a big factor on his race win. How does it feel to solidify not only that win for your teammate, but of course a great 1-2 result for the team.
Yeah, it was real good. I wasn't gonna leave George's bumper no matter what. We came into the goal to win this race, and I don't even know what his opinion is on it, but I want to make sure he won no matter what, since they robbed him of a win from Mexico City and gave him a time penalty for out driving people. And so now George got 3 wins, and so I'm excited about that. And overall, just good execution for us all.
And of course, at the time entering Daytona, you were P5 in the standings. We still don't have confirmation if that will change, but with P5 in the standings and St. Pete coming up next week, how do you feel about that? And do you think that there's a possibility that you can grab some points to potentially boost yourself up to a position or 2 as we reach the cut?
I don't think I'll get too much further than I am. Maybe one more, but I came into the series like 5 or 6 races into it, so I was from a deficit to begin with. Been trying to get as many stage points. Not tonight. Tonight didn't go our way. I had to exit and come back in halfway through because I was getting like 10 frames per second, and so I had to come back from the back. We actually lost the draft there on lap like 30 or 40 or whatever it was. Luckily, a caution came out and saved us.
But nonetheless, one of the biggest comeback drives that we've seen this season, and yet you and George Bark, P1 and 2, could not have asked for a better day here from the World Center of Racing. Is there any final shoutouts that you would like to do?
Just wanted to shout out George, William Britton there, Hunter, and then you guys.
Okay, thank you very much. But there it is, P2 for Damon Gilbert here at Daytona. Go celebrate that podium.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty, let's go ahead and grab then Kylan Wilson up here into the booth. Kylan, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Alrighty, so first of all, I think we'll get your live reaction. We'll have to see. But race control has determined that you will fall a position here, as Ethan will just slightly beat you to the line. It's a P4 for you here at Daytona. But nonetheless, that is more than likely a secured spot into the playoffs after such a great points day. How does it feel after that result and after that chaotic finish?
I mean, I think I should have kept third, but it's whatever.
And still,
But yeah, it was a pretty good points day. Not so good for the 41, but whatever.
Nonetheless, a great day overall and a secured spot in the playoffs. I am very excited to see you compete for this championship. What are your hopes going into St. Peter? Do you think you have something there?
I don't know. I'm not even going to do St. Petersburg.
Fair enough. We know that can be a complicated track. But nonetheless, playoff spot secured. P4 here at Daytona. Is there any final shoutouts that you'd like to do?
No.
Alrighty, there it is. P4 here at Daytona. Go celebrate that great points day.
All right.
Alrighty, let's get Ethan up here. Ethan, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Ethan, your Cup Series debut as race control there made the call that you have beat Wilson to the line in your first start. It is a podium spot here after the chaos that ensued at Daytona. How do you feel about grabbing the P3 here after such a chaotic event?
It was a really solid day working with the likes of Matthew and Tim and Michael. It was a very solid day. First ever league race ever on iRacing. I stayed out of trouble till about the first overtime caution that led to the second overtime. And, I didn't even think I was going to race tonight. I think it turned out very well. And I think that if that's what I can do in my first start, who knows what I can do in the rest of them.
And of course, in those talk me through those last couple of laps. Obviously, you made your way back up to the front. You were having a back and forth day from the front to the middle, back to the front, and then you see that big wreck happened behind you, and you slightly beat him out. Talk me through those final laps. What were you feeling in that moment as you saw the chaos ensue on your rearview mirrors?
I thought they were going to call it right there. I thought we were going to get a caution or something, but they didn't call it. They let us race back. So I knew that I didn't have that shot to get it off of 4. So I tried to stay in line for as long as I could with I forget what his name was or his number. I tried to stay in line for as long as I could, and then he moved up, and I saw the opportunity to take a podium position, and it happened how it happened, and I got put below the line, and I got third after that. So I think it was pretty up and down feelings. I thought I would have been okay with a 4th, but 3rd is even better. So.
And like you mentioned, this is only your first start, and you already have a podium secured. If that is what's next to come, I feel sorry for these drivers, but we'll have to find out and see. Is there any final shout-outs that you would like to do?
I just want to give a big thanks to all the guys that helped me out here today. Tim, everyone that was in that Team Heroes United little group, everyone there, Matthew and Michael, they all helped me get up to that front, and I felt like if they didn't get involved in a wreck, we could have been unstoppable here at the very end.
Alrighty, well, there it is. Ethan Solar, first start, P3 finisher here under the lights at Daytona. Go celebrate that first podium.
Yeah, thank you.
Alrighty. And that will do it for tonight. What a race this was. Let's go ahead and walk us through the results here at Daytona. An unbelievable night with just one round remaining. Here are your results from our second visit at Daytona. It's a 1-2 for Dragonfly Racing. George Bark picks up his second win of the season. It's Damon Gilbert P2. Ethan Solar will be P3 as Kylan Wilson falls up down to P4. Then it's Dustin Castile, Hector Collazo, William Britton, Jaden Duran, Juan Cobbs Jr., and Hunter Winkler, your top 10. Then it's Will Wash, Hendrix Bromberg, Matthew Hill, Cole Christopher, Ricky Howell Jr., Travis Daly, Ethan Wall, Zachary Evans, Kalen Wilson, and Caleb Desai, who will be your top 20. And then rounding off the field here tonight, it's Michael Agamont, Presley Bromberg, Wyatt C. Henderson, Zachary Trevino, Michelle Miller, and Tim Pugel. As George Bark, what a day for him. Race win, most laps led, alongside the fastest lap of the race, and pole position on the board for the number 74 Chevrolet of Dragonfly Racing. But that is it here tonight from the World Center of Racing. Only one round left, and we watch it next week with the regular season finale at the streets of St. Petersburg. We'll see how these cars handle the twisty turns of that street course over in Florida, but that will do it tonight. What a race, what a finish, what a bunch of chaos. It was Dwayne Crespo up here in the commentary booth, and we will see you all next week for the finale to see who will be your final 10 drivers who will compete for a championship here in Season 3. Peace out, guys, and have a wonderful rest of your night.